Hollywood's golden age was full of glamour, elegance, and unforgettable stars who shaped cinema forever. But behind the glitz and flashing cameras, there were hidden truths that few ever knew. Some of the brightest celebrities of that era were actually born male, a secret carefully guarded in a time when society wasn't ready to accept it. Today, we uncover the fascinating and surprising stories of 15 Golden Age celebrities whose lives were far more complex than the world imagined. Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich was more than just a Hollywood star, she was an icon of style, mystery, and reinvention. Born in Berlin and later rising to global fame, Dietrich became known for her mesmerizing voice, striking looks, and magnetic presence on screen. But she also built a reputation as one of the most daring figures of her era. Her love for wearing men's clothing, from tailored tuxedos to oversized suits, challenged traditional ideas of femininity and fueled endless speculation about her gender identity. In a time when Hollywood studios carefully controlled every detail of a star's image, whispers suggested that Dietrich's beginnings might have been far different than her glamorous persona revealed. Whether true or not, she never denied the intrigue, instead using it to amplify her allure. Even decades later, Dietrich remains a timeless symbol of old Hollywood's ability to blend truth, myth, and legend into unforgettable stardom. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo was the very definition of mystery in Hollywood's golden age. Born in Sweden, she quickly rose from European cinema to worldwide stardom, enchanting audiences with her haunting beauty and unforgettable performances in films like Camille and Anna Karenina. Yet off-screen, Garbo was famously private, avoiding interviews and living in near seclusion. This intense secrecy only fueled public fascination and gave rise to rumors that her personal story was very different from what MGM studios promoted. Whispers suggested that Garbo may not have been born the woman the world believed, a claim never confirmed but endlessly discussed. Her androgynous looks, deep voice, and refusal to fit into Hollywood's conventional mold made her an enigma. Garbo never addressed the gossip directly, instead, she let the rumors deepen her allure. To this day, Greta Garbo remains one of cinema's greatest icons, forever remembered as the woman who chose silence over scandal. Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead was one of Hollywood and Broadway's most unforgettable personalities, bold, flamboyant, and unafraid of shocking the world. Known for her husky, almost masculine voice and razor-sharp wit, she often dominated the stage with a presence that left audiences spellbound. Off-screen, her wild lifestyle, open bisexuality, and refusal to conform made her a constant subject of gossip columns. Rumors swirled that Bankhead had been born male, speculation fueled by her strong features, deep voice, and unconventional style. In an era when Hollywood carefully hid anything controversial, these whispers only added to her mystique. Rather than deny or confirm such claims, Tallulah thrived on the intrigue, using scandal as part of her charm. Despite controversies, she was an extraordinary actress, remembered for her roles in The Little Foxes and Lifeboat. To this day, she remains a symbol of rebellion, unapologetic living, and the hidden truths of Golden Age Hollywood. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most powerful and enduring stars of Hollywood's Golden Age. Known for her fierce determination, sharp beauty, and unforgettable performances in films like Mildred Pierce, she reinvented herself countless times to stay at the top. Yet behind her perfectly polished image, whispers circulated that her early life was very different from the glamorous persona MGM carefully manufactured. Some insiders speculated that Crawford may have been born male, a rumor that studios worked hard to suppress in an era obsessed with maintaining illusions. Whether true or merely Hollywood gossip, such speculation only added layers to her mystique. Crawford herself never addressed the claims, focusing instead on building a career that spanned decades. Her legacy, marked by ambition and transformation, remains one of the most fascinating in film history, a reminder of how old Hollywood thrived on secrets as much as stardom. Claudette Colbert. Claudette Colbert was one of the most bankable stars of the 1930s and 1940s, admired for her sophistication, charm, and versatility. She won an Academy Award for It Happened One Night and became a beloved face of romantic comedies and dramas alike. Her elegance, paired with her sharp wit, made her a favorite with audiences worldwide. Yet, like many Hollywood legends, Colbert's personal life was shrouded in mystery. Behind the polished studio image, whispers circulated that her birth identity was not what the public believed. Her slightly androgynous features and carefully crafted persona only fueled the rumors further. Hollywood, at that time, thrived on reinvention, and Colbert's transformation into a glamorous leading lady fit the system perfectly. She never confirmed or denied the speculation, choosing instead to let her talent define her. Today, Colbert is remembered as one of classic Hollywood's brightest stars, embodying both mystery and timeless grace. Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn was one of Hollywood's most celebrated stars, winning 4 Academy Awards and leaving behind a career that spanned more than 6 decades. Known for her fierce independence and unconventional spirit, Hepburn often challenged the rigid expectations placed on women during the Golden Age. She famously preferred wearing trousers instead of dresses, a bold choice that shocked audiences at the time and sparked endless gossip. Her sharp, commanding presence and refusal to play by the rules led some to speculate that her life before fame might have been different than the carefully curated image presented by the studios. Whispers suggested she may not have been born the woman Hollywood adored, though Hepburn never addressed these claims. Instead, she embraced her individuality and focused on her craft. Today, Hepburn is remembered as a trailblazer, a star who redefined femininity and proved that authenticity was the key to timeless greatness. Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr was one of the most fascinating figures of Hollywood's golden age, not only a dazzling actress, but also a brilliant inventor whose work laid the foundation for modern technologies like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Born in Austria, she captured international attention with her beauty and boldness, starring in films such as Samson and Delilah. Yet behind the glamour, Lamarr's life was clouded with mystery. Her sharp intelligence and unconventional lifestyle fueled whispers that her early identity may have been different from the glamorous persona audiences adored. Some speculated she may have been born male, though no proof ever surfaced. Hollywood studios never addressed the rumors, preferring instead to highlight her beauty and charm while ignoring the gossip. Whether based on truth or myth, these stories only added to her intrigue. Today, Lamarr is remembered not just for her on-screen allure, but also as a pioneer who defied expectations. Mae West. Mae West was one of the most controversial and unforgettable stars of Hollywood's golden age. With her sultry walk, sharp one-liners, and fearless use of innuendo, she pushed boundaries in a time when censorship was at its peak. West's bold personality, combined with her deep, husky voice, led to constant speculation about her origins. Rumors circulated that she may not have been born the woman she claimed to be, and her confident embrace of masculine traits only fueled the gossip. Instead of denying such whispers, West cleverly turned the intrigue into part of her persona, using the scandal to draw more attention to herself and her films. Movies like She Done Him Wrong and I'm No Angel cemented her reputation as both a sex symbol and a pioneer of self-expression. To this day, Mae West is remembered as a trailblazer who challenged gender norms and redefined Hollywood stardom. Gloria Grahame. Gloria Grahame was a striking presence in Hollywood, remembered for her alluring performances in films such as The Big Heat and her Oscar-winning role in The Bad and the Beautiful. She first gained attention in It's a Wonderful Life, where her sultry charm stood out even in a small role. Behind her captivating screen image, however, Grahame's personal life was filled with turbulence and secrecy. Hollywood insiders often whispered that her early beginnings were different than the glamorous persona MGM carefully polished, with some even suggesting she had been born male. These rumors were never proven, but they added to the intrigue that surrounded her career. Grahame's unconventional beauty and bold lifestyle only intensified speculation. Despite scandals and whispers, she continued working, carving a legacy as one of noir cinema's most fascinating femmes fatales. Today, her mystique endures, a reminder of how old Hollywood thrived on secrets and reinvention. Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow, famously known as the Blonde Bombshell, was one of the brightest stars of 1930s Hollywood. With her platinum blonde hair, magnetic screen presence, and playful charm, she became MGM's ultimate symbol of glamour and femininity. Films like Red Dust, Dinner at 8, and Bombshell cemented her status as a box-office powerhouse. Yet behind her dazzling career, rumors swirled that Harlow's life story may not have been as straightforward as the studios presented. Some insiders speculated that she had been born male and reinvented into Hollywood's ultimate sex symbol. The gossip was never substantiated, but in a world built on carefully constructed illusions, such whispers only added to her allure. Tragically, Harlow's life was cut short at just 26 due to kidney failure, further fueling her mystique. Today, she remains an enduring icon of old Hollywood, remembered for her beauty, charm, and the mysteries that surrounded her. Carole Lombard. Carole Lombard was one of the brightest stars of 1930s Hollywood, celebrated for her sparkling wit and impeccable timing in screwball comedies like My Man Godfrey and 20th Century. With her magnetic energy and dazzling beauty, she became one of the highest-paid actresses of her era. But long before fame, Lombard was known as a spirited tomboy, excelling in sports and showing a boldness uncommon for young women of her time. This unconventional background, combined with her strong screen presence, led to quiet speculation that she might have lived a different life before her Hollywood reinvention. Lombard never addressed such gossip, choosing instead to let her charm and talent define her public image. Tragically, her life ended in a plane crash in 1942 at just 33, leaving behind unanswered questions and fueling her enduring mystique. Today, she is remembered as both a comedic genius and one of old Hollywood's most captivating legends. Dolores del Rio. Dolores del Rio was one of the first major Latin American stars to conquer Hollywood, admired for her elegance, grace, and striking beauty. She appeared in classics such as Flying Down to Rio and Madame du Barry, quickly becoming an international symbol of sophistication. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Del Rio carried herself with a regal presence that set her apart, making her one of the most admired women of the Golden Age. Yet behind the glamour, Hollywood insiders often whispered about her origins. Some claimed her beginnings were not what the public had been led to believe, speculating that she may have been born male before reinventing herself as a screen goddess. The rumors were never confirmed, but in a world built on secrecy and reinvention, such whispers persisted. Today, Dolores del Rio is remembered not only as a pioneer for Latin stars in Hollywood but also as an enduring enigma. Vivien Leigh. Vivien Leigh remains one of the most iconic actresses of the Golden Age, best remembered for her unforgettable role as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. With her delicate beauty, refined charm, and exceptional talent, she embodied the essence of classic Hollywood femininity. Yet behind her flawless public image, Leigh's life was far more complex. She struggled privately with mental health issues and a turbulent marriage to fellow actor Laurence Olivier, both of which were carefully hidden from the public eye at the time. Adding to her mystique were quiet whispers in old Hollywood that her childhood and birth identity might not have been what the world believed. While such speculation was never confirmed, the secrecy surrounding her personal life only fueled the intrigue. Vivien Leigh remains a symbol of both brilliance and fragility, a star whose legacy shines brightly, forever touched by the mysteries that surrounded her. Bette Davis. Bette Davis was one of the most commanding forces of Golden Age Hollywood, famous for her sharp wit, fierce independence, and unforgettable performances in films like All About Eve and Jezebel. With her piercing eyes and powerful screen presence, she often played strong-willed, complex women who defied the typical glamour girl mold. Her refusal to conform to Hollywood standards of beauty, preferring substance over superficiality, made her a trailblazer, but it also fueled gossip. Some insiders whispered that Davis's strong features and bold personality suggested she may not have been born the woman audiences believed. She never dignified such rumors with a response, instead pouring her energy into her craft. Davis fought studio heads, demanded better roles, and carved her place as one of cinema's greatest talents. Today, her legacy endures not as a figure of gossip, but as a fearless actress who redefined what it meant to be a star. Lauren Bacall. Lauren Bacall became a Hollywood legend almost overnight with her debut in To Have and Have Not alongside Humphrey Bogart. With her smoky voice, sultry gaze, and undeniable charisma, she embodied the sophistication and allure of Golden Age cinema. Her trademark look, chin down, eyes up, became iconic, instantly setting her apart from other leading ladies. Yet, her deep voice and strong, commanding presence sparked quiet whispers in Hollywood's gossip circles. Some speculated that Bacall's origins might have been different than the carefully polished story Warner Brothers promoted, even suggesting she may have been born male. These rumors were never proven, but they added to her mystique, making her all the more fascinating to fans. Bacall never addressed the speculation, choosing instead to focus on her career and her enduring partnership with Bogart. Today, she remains a symbol of classic Hollywood elegance, mystery, and timeless star power.